Alright, so what if you had a sword? What if you had a sword? What if you had a sword, or an axe, or a lightsaber, or an axe, or something, that can cut through any object? Well, we can do that, right? Something like this, which I think is pretty cool, right? It only cuts to the object once, but pretty cool. All right, so let's figure out how to do that. Okay, you will be given this package called Easy Slice Master. This is sort of the framework for the slice function to work. And then also this script called Blade Slicer, right? Slice mesh master, yeah, slice mesh master. So you'll be given these two: slice meshes master and the easy slice master, right? Okay. So now let's set that up with these two scripts. So I have a sword that I kind of just got from the asset store. My sword, right? Pretty cool. Just gonna bring it all to the table. This scene is so heavy. Okay. This is my sword, right? This is the game object, and then this is the actual sword. So what I'm gonna do, when you bring in your sword or lightsaber or whatever, you're gonna wanna have the box collider on your object. Also, on the actual mesh itself, you want to add the XR grab interactable script so it's able to be grabbed. Change the layer mask to grab. And from there, right, is that all I have there? Yeah, okay. So from there, now we want to create the actual invisible blade that's used to actually cut through the object. So as a child of the long sword mesh, or your actual sword, right click, create 3D plane. Change this to 90 so it actually is aligned with the blade of the sword. Change this to 0.6, maybe 0.06, 0.03. Okay. Right, and of course it's in Z. One. Just gonna put it up and scale it in. Down so it more or less fits the sword. Awesome. Awesome. Now I don't want the blade. I'm gonna call this sword blade. I don't want this to be visible, so I'm gonna turn off the mesh renderer and turn on, since it's a plane, mesh collider and is trigger. Right. Okay. And then the actual sword blade gets the blade slicer, right? And in the blade slicer script, we can see we have a cross-section material, which means whenever you cut into something, you can change the material of what's inside the object. I'm just gonna do very simple. It's just my energy cube. If it's a log, or if it's like a wood log, you would have like your material here for the inside of the whatever the inside of a log looks like, wood. Also for slice mask, change that to sliceable. If you don't have that, any object that you want to be sliced needs to have the layer sliceable. So you go to layer, add layer, and then type in sliceable. Right? And then, so this is sliceable because it's set to that layer. Go back to sword blade. Slice mask is sliceable, so it knows what objects to interact with. For slice origin, I'm going to make another empty game object under the sword blade. Call this blade slice origin. And I'm going to bring this to the top of my blade right here. And then back in the sword blade, I'm going to bring the blade slice origin right there. Okay, so it knows that's the tip. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna duplicate this, and I want to rotate it 90 degrees so that it cuts this way and that way. And then from there, let's test it out. Alright, so I'm just gonna save my project, turn on my thing, VR headset, play. No. There we go. Okay, so attach transform is a little weird, but zoom, zoom. There we go. Boom. Yeah. It only cuts once right now. Oh. Maybe if someone wants to adjust the script to have it cut more times than once, please feel free. But right now, that's how you have the sword. Boom. Obviously you want to make it way more dramatic, like that. Oh, that cut multiple times. Ooh, yeah. There you go. Alright.